Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be looking at a very exciting and impressive Quest 2 version 33 update. This update brings a new level of clarity and sharpness to the VR experience. I'll show you how to enable the new feature using the Oculus Debug Tool and explain the difference this makes. I'll be illustrating this feature with both screen capture and through the lens footage in order to try and give you the most accurate and visual information possible. This update definitely improves the Quest 2, and I'm very pleased at how much this headset has improved over the past 8 months, especially in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So we're currently flying over Seoul, the capital of South Korea. And thanks to the Samsung 3D Seoul City Wow add-on, it's amazingly detailed, and there are so many iconic buildings, temples, museums, malls, stadiums, hotels, banks, towers, so many features that bring the city to life. As you can see, the Quest 2 is performing really well, and about the fact that there's no micro-stuttering at all, even when I'm flying low here. It's definitely running really well with the latest software. I can honestly say it's running consistently smoothly now. So the VR experience is really good. It's smooth, it's clear, like I keep saying. However, sometimes the headset is prone to freezing, and that can be frustrating when it crashes mid-flight. But what you need to do is pause the game and reboot the headset. So as you can see, I'm recording this using screen capture. We'll come back to this in a bit, but first let's have a look through the lens. So here you can hopefully see how clear the cockpit view is. I can clearly read the instruments, and everything looks highly detailed inside the cockpit. Outside the cockpit, there is so much depth to the image, and so much contrast and vibrant colors, which is exactly what you want. So this is doing really well. This is a really good headset. The only thing I'd say is if you look into the distance, you do get this a lot more shimmering, and that was like that before update 5 anyway. But apart from that, it's very good. I'd say if you compare this to the G2, it's definitely not as detailed and not as sharp an image, obviously because it's not as high resolution, but also the color and the texture doesn't quite match the reverb. However, this is a great choice if you are looking for a good quality budget headset. However, the G2 is definitely better, but it costs more, so you'd expect it to be. I am using the link cable here, but you can obviously play wireless, which is an advantage over the G2. I don't really think that's important when playing simulators, because we're always stationary. However, it does work well with other games when you're moving around a lot. However, I've got to say that the Quest 2 has developed so much this year, and it really is a good headset. Some people have mentioned they can't update the software for the headset, because it's actually stuck on a loop when you're trying to update it, or it's just simply not available. And what I'll do now is show you how to manually update it if you're having that problem, and then hopefully you'll get onto version 33, which is what this tutorial is based on. Here you can see I'm running the Oculus app version 33. To get this, you need to enable the public test channel, which will then prompt the update. Here you can see the Oculus software update is queued, and sometimes it will just stay as pending, it won't update, and that's when you need to manually start it. You'll be using something called the Fixer tool, which is in the C drive, Program Files, Oculus, and Support. You then go into Oculus Diagnostics, and here you can see the Fixer tool, which is what you're going to use to try and repair the app. You simply press repair when it asks you, and this installs the Oculus software. It will take a lot longer than this, I just sped it up for the video. Once that's installed, you need to go into your headset, go into the Settings, About, and at the top you'll see there as the software update. Make sure you've got experimental features enabled, as this will prompt the update, and it'll update it to the latest version 33. Now we'll go back to the original folder where we had the Fixer tool, and we'll click on the Oculus Debug Tool. Make sure you pin this to your toolbar because you need to enable this every time you start the VR in the sim. And here you can see my settings for the Oculus Debug Tool. I've got most of the settings set to default, but I have disabled the asynchronous space warp, and I've enabled the new link sharpening tool, which is available in version 33, because it updates the debug tool with the update. So that's how you update your software both in the headset and the app, and enable the new link sharpening tool. Have a go with these settings and see how much of a difference it makes in the image. You can turn the link sharpening tool on and off in the debug tool and see if it's any better. I'm noticing a slight improvement with clarity and vibrance of colors, but I am hearing mixed results from other people, so let us know in the comments below how you're finding this new link sharpening tool. Here are my graphics preferences. I've got the refresh rate set to 90 Hz and the rendering resolution set to 4864 x 2448, which is 1.3 times. And here are my latest in-game settings using version 33. You can see here that I've pushed the render scaling right up to 120. This is actually really pushing the performance. To be honest, I'd probably be more comfortable with it at 110. Pushing it to 120 does bring out more clarity, so I stuck with that. You can see the anti-aliasing as TAA, terrain level of detail at 140, off-screen terrain pre-caching at Ultra, terrain vector data Ultra, buildings medium, trees medium, grass and bushes low, objects level of detail 140, volumetric clouds at high, texture resolution ultra, anisotropic filtering at 16 times, texture supersampling at 8x8, texture synthesis at high, water waves high, shadow maps 1536, terrain shadows 1024, contact shadows ultra, windshield effects medium, ambient occlusion off, ray march reflections medium, light shafts low, bloom on, and glass cockpit refresh rate set to high. I definitely recommend trying out my settings. If you do find the render resolution too high at 120, just take it down to 90 if you really have to, and see how the other settings work in correspondence with that. But I'm getting a really good result, so I'm sure other people will too using these settings, and it'll be great to hear how you get on with yours too. I do hope this tutorial helps you update to the latest version of the Quest 2, so you can benefit from all the latest tools. I definitely think these latest updates do make a difference in the headset, so I highly recommend it. And do remember to check out the Samsung 3D Seoul City Wow on the Orbix website. I'll leave a link in the description below. As always guys, please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I really do hope you find these videos useful. In the meantime, as always, take care and stay safe.